Today is a very chill video. I'm sat on my floor, I've got a cup of tea, but today I'm going to be doing a girl talk for all my girlies who need some big sister advice. I absolutely love videos like this. I feel like they're very chill, like I'm literally just sat on my floor. I actually love sitting on my floor. I feel like sitting on my floor is like the best thing ever. I always do it. But for those of you that are new here, this is a great video to get to know me and what kind of person I am. I've basically asked you guys on my Instagram for some girl talk questions. I'll put my Instagram on the screen so you guys can get involved with the next question video. The first question is, and so many of you guys wanted to know this, but it's how to deal with girl drama. And I feel like this is in school or out of school, because I feel like no matter what age you get, girls just don't change when it comes to the drama. But honestly, my best advice is just to think you're better than them. Like, any girl who's causing drama with you for absolutely zero reason, it says way more about them than it does about you. So just kind of laugh at them, not to their face, but behind their face, just be like, really? With me, any girl who's bitchy to me now, I'm just like, how old are you? I just think the best advice, especially if you're still in school, just don't let it get to you, because girl drama at school is so horrible and it doesn't last. A lot of girls in school who used to be quite nasty to me, even in other schools and stuff, they now are friends with me, we're fine. So it's just one of those things where it's just the age. I feel like, especially in school, a lot of girls are very bitchy, especially when there's a duo in a trio or something like that. The pain, that was the worst. Just don't let it get to you, especially if it's something that you're enjoying, social media, and you're getting made fun of it for or something like that. Just ignore it. And any girls who are bitching about you behind your back, ignore it. Like I said, it says way more about them than it does about you, and I feel like that's just the best mindset to have for stuff like that. I've also had a few questions regarding breakups and how to deal with them. I'm going to answer this because so many of you guys have said this. The only time I've had to deal with a breakup is when I've been a teenager and I was very dramatic and my whole life was a movie, and just I feel like I didn't know how to deal with things. Whereas if you're having a breakup at this age, I'm in my 20s now, I can't even imagine how horrible that is. It just must be so horrible losing someone who was so close to you. So my biggest advice, and a lot of people will say try and go out, distract yourself, which yes, I do think is a good thing. Distract yourself, try and stay happy and focus on yourself and everything. However, I think you need a few days or even weeks or even maybe a month. I know that's quite a long time, just to honestly feel how you're feeling. If you're feeling sad, don't try not to be sad. Don't try and hide your emotions and get on with your life as normal. Honestly, rot in bed, cry so much, watch sad films, listen to sad music, eat loads of chocolate, feel how you're feeling, because once you get through that feeling, then you'll manage to get better again. Whereas if you jump over feeling sad and you just ignore it, it will catch up to you in the future. And I'm a big believer in that. Any hard situation I've had in my life, I try and just get through it instead of go over it, because otherwise it catches back up to me. There's something quite traumatizing that happened in my life a few years ago, and I tried to not feel how I was feeling, sad, and only last year, or even still now, I go through stages where I really feel sad about it, and I really regret just not feeling more sad at the time, because maybe I'd be more over it now. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like that's my best advice, just because you'll be able to actually deal with your emotions, know how you're feeling, and you're being true to yourself as well. There's the stages of grief where you've got the feeling sad, then you've got the trying to pretend it never happened, then you've got regret. I don't know what the stages are, but there are certain stages that most people go through. But that's my biggest advice, just feel how you're feeling, because once you're past that, you'll be able to just think, right, now's my time to work on myself. Now's my time to get over this and be the best version of myself. And I think that's the best mindset to have, because you got through it. Yeah, it might still catch up to you, make you sad in the future, but you've had your period of sadness, and then you'll have that one day where you're like, okay, I'm done being sad, let's get on with my life and just make the most of being single and just be the most independent person ever. I honestly think if you've been broken up with, just think it's a sign just to be independent again and just love yourself and just be in a relationship with yourself. I think that's the most amazing thing to have. I'm literally so happy with how many people have asked the question. I didn't think anyone would even bother, but so happy. But I'm just going through them now, and someone has actually said, how do you be independent in a relationship? This is such a common question for me, because over my TikTok I have made a few videos about how to be independent in a relationship, because me and my boyfriend have been together for nearly 4 years and I feel like I'm so independent. I mean, he's with his friend today and I'm literally just thriving, filming some YouTube videos. Honestly, I'm in a relationship with my social media, to be honest. That's my best advice. Like, if you're tempted to start social media, I promise you it will make you the most independent person ever, because it's literally my life. In regards to that, I really think find a hobby, or if you have a hobby, take it more seriously. Like, just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you can't do the things you love on the side. And also, I feel like for any guy or girl, it's so attractive for your partner to have a hobby. Like, Harry has a few hobbies and I find it so attractive when he's out doing his own thing. I just feel like that's just so nice how he has something that makes him happy beside me. Well, I hope I make him happy. So for you to go off and do your own thing, even though you might be obsessed with your boyfriend or girlfriend, if they see that you're going off and doing your own thing, they will be obsessed with that. Like, you being independent, they will be obsessed with that. So I just think massively, like, take your hobbies more seriously. Maybe start going on walks, like do anything to help your mental health as well. Especially if you're new to relationships, I feel like you can lose yourself a little bit. Like me and Harry, when we first got together, I was in La La Land. I was one of those girls that stopped talking to all my friends. I mean, I was quite young. I was like 17 or something. Was I 16? Not 17. Not for long, but I was just in my own little bubble. I personally think like you do lose yourself a little bit when you get into a relationship, just because your whole life stops for them. Like, you literally just want to do everything for them, be with them 24/7 and stuff. But the longer you are with your partner, the more you come back to being independent and stuff for yourself. So just really embrace that. Get on with your hobbies, go on a mental health walk, start journaling, start having movie nights alone. Try not to spend every single weekend with them as well. I know that's so difficult. Me and my boyfriend are like mid-distance, so any weekend we get, we try and savour it for each other. But the weekends that we can't see each other and stuff, I just really make the most of it. Either see my friends or just have a nice self-care evening on my own. I can watch whatever I want on TV. Like, it is great. Like, I honestly love the nights where I'm not with Harry, but I also love the nights when I'm with Harry. So I love to like balance it out. I feel like that's what it's all about with relationships. Like, the best relationships are where you have balance of being together all the time and independence. This next one's really interesting. It's how to deal with being copied by a friend. And I honestly think it's the biggest compliment ever. It is annoying and you probably won't even see it as a compliment as such. You'll probably just be like, why are they copying me? But I honestly think it's the biggest compliment in the world. I feel like it's so common in girl friendships for that one friend to just copy everything you do but then hate on you at the same time. And I honestly just feel like it's just a compliment. And I feel like the best way to deal with that is just keep going. Like, they're obviously jealous of you. I honestly think jealousy with girls is the most annoying thing. Like, why can't girls just support each other? Me and my best friend have just like rekindled. She was my best friend from school and now we're like best friends again. I'm so happy. But she is such a good friend. Anything I do, she supports. Anything I achieve, she's so like happy for me. And I feel like we all need that friend. Friends who don't support you are just not your friends. Like, I hate to say it, but they just aren't your friends. Like, they're just jealous of you. And especially the friends that copy you behind your back, even though it's very obvious, I just think let them do their thing. Take it as a compliment. At the end of the day, they want to be you. And I think that's like the best thing ever, to be honest. But yes, it is very, very annoying. We all know that one person who copies us but doesn't support us. And I just think, let them do their thing. Like, you just keep going. They obviously want to be you, so just keep showing them how great you are. The next one is how to deal with having a bad day. And I hate the fact that bad days happen, especially when there's absolutely zero reason to have a bad day. I absolutely hate the days where everything in your life is going fine, you're like doing well at life, like everything is fine. The day before you're so happy, and then you wake up in the morning and you have those days where you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to do anything, you feel like really insecure. I hate those days. And usually those days happen when my skin is bad. I've got loads of makeup on right now, but my skin has gone so bad out of nowhere, and I feel like it's really common for girls to just let that affect their day, when actually we shouldn't. Personally, for me, I think the best way to deal with a bad day is just to feel what you're feeling again. Like, when I'm having a bad day, I just don't put pressure on myself to get loads of things done. I try and get the little things done, but I feel like the best thing to do is just to take it easy. And also getting fresh air. I don't know what it is about getting fresh air. Even when the weather's horrible, if I'm feeling rubbish and I spend all day in my house but then go out in the evening, I go out for a walk and I'm like, why didn't I do this first thing in the morning? It makes me feel so good. And talking of being active and stuff, I have started the gym, and if you haven't already started the gym, please do. I honestly think the gym, for me, obviously I want to work on my body, like I want to be fit and healthy. However, the way it affects my mental health in the best possible way is amazing. Every day when I'm feeling a bit rubbish, I go to the gym just because I've got like a 3-4 day routine, but I go to the gym and I'm like, oh my God, it's actually magic. I might even do like a 15-minute session on the Stairmaster And that 15 minutes has made me feel like a new woman. I don't even understand it myself. The best thing I can honestly advise is work out, go to the gym, go on a walk, go and grab a coffee, just get fresh air, get out your house, get out your pit. I feel like whenever I do that, I come back to my room and I feel so motivated. I want to make my bed and I want to have a nice shower and I want to like get a nice outfit ready for tomorrow and all of that kind of stuff basically. I feel like with that, just don't put pressure on yourself to have an amazing day. Like I've kind of accepted at this point, being a girl, I have bad days all the time, but I've kind of accepted sometimes I wake up and I don't feel motivated and I'm like, okay, today is not my day. Today is a chill, feeling a bit rubbish day, but tomorrow I'm going to try and make it a better day. I'm going to wake up early and go to the gym. I'm going to have a nice lunch. I'm going to set out an outfit the night before so I can wake up and feel motivated to get in that nice outfit. I feel like stuff like that really, really helps me. This next one is I need advice on what kind of comfort things to have. I love this because I am like the queen of comfort things. Like I have so many things that I either rewatch or use all the time or something, and it brings me so much comfort. I mentioned it earlier that I had like something quite traumatizing happen to me 3 years ago, and I started watching Friends when all of that happened. And since then I've watched Friends probably like 100 times. I'm gonna say more than that because that seems not enough. I've watched Friends so many times, and the reason I've watched Friends so many times is because it got me through what happened back then. Friends is such a comfort thing to me, and I feel like everyone has their comfort TV show. It could be Friends, it could be, I'm trying to think of another one, How I Met Your Mother, I love that, Modern Family, love that, anything like that, Miranda, Friday Night Dinner, Gavin and Stacey, all of these are my comfort shows, but Friends is up there because nothing has ever got me through anything as much as Friends has. I can literally cry talking about Friends. No one understands how much it means to me, and I feel like that's for a lot of people that have watched Friends as well, but Friends has literally got me through the hardest thing in my life, and I honestly love that show with everything. Every time I'm having a bad day again, how to deal with a bad day, I put Friends on and it makes me so happy. I can't even like describe it. I think it's just because it's normal life, they're all like happy. Whenever I deal with anything now, I'm like, Friends didn't start until they were like 27 and then their lives took off then. Like Rachel got her dream job from the age of 27 upwards, and I just think like, why should I be bothered about my life so much right now and dwelling on things so much right now when their life literally started from 27 technically. So I feel like that's why Friends means so much to me. Like I honestly can't even explain it. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that as well because Friends is like the best show ever. But Friends and even my jelly cats, I feel like my jelly cats bring me so much comfort. I've got so many jelly cats, it's actually crazy. But this is my very first jelly cat. This is Flopsy, and I don't know, whenever I look at her, my boyfriend got me every single one. Whenever I look at her, I just feel such a comfort. Like I feel at home when I'm with Flopsy. But yeah, I feel like Friends, jelly cats, and YouTube, like social media, is such a comfort thing to me as well. Like if I'm having a bad day, like today I was feeling a bit rubbish, I'm not gonna lie, but now I've sat down with the camera, I feel so amazing and I feel so comforted by you guys. But yeah, I feel like I've got quite a few things that like comfort me. I'm a very like at home body. Like I literally love having my candles on, having my bed all cozy, watching Friends. I'm like the CEO of being a comfort girly because every day I live for having a nice comfort evening. Okay, the last advice that you guys have asked for is all of my friends are in relationships and I'm the only one single. How do I deal with this? And I honestly think this is such a struggle that no one talks about. Like I have a boyfriend and a lot of my friends also have boyfriends, but I do really think it's hard for the friend that doesn't have a boyfriend, and especially if they don't want a boyfriend as well and they just are free and all of the other friends with their boyfriends. I can't imagine how annoying that is. Like with me, I've got like 2 friends who haven't got a boyfriend and I just try and make time for them. Like whenever they want to meet me, I try and make time to meet them because I just would feel so bad to say I'm with my boyfriend, even though I see my boyfriend a lot. Pretty much I can spare a weekend to see this person who hasn't got anyone else to see. I honestly feel like if you're listening to this and you are the friend with a boyfriend and all of your friends have boyfriends, we've got that 1 or 2 friend or 3 friend who hasn't got a boyfriend, you need to make time for them. Like I feel like that will make you such a good friend to do that. I honestly feel like if you are that friend who doesn't have a partner, then definitely just try and be really independent and love your own company. Like I was saying earlier, like I love my own company. Maybe start a new hobby, start social media. I always say this to girls, like if you want to start social media, you just need to, because what have you got to lose? You only live once, and the amount of opportunities you get from it is literally insane. I honestly just think like just really work on your independence, because the more independent you are, the better person you are going to be anyway, and you won't rely on people for happiness. Obviously it's so nice to see your friends and stuff, so make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who do make time for you. But overall I do think it is really tough. Like I can't even imagine how tough it is if you're free one weekend but everyone's with their boyfriends. Like, that must be so annoying. But like I said, just become in love with your own company. Find friends as well who are also single and go out together, like go have fun together. Like, you can connect with friends and relate on the fact you're both single anyway. That's like a conversation starter in itself, and you can have so much fun with single friends as well. Anyway, that's it for my girl talk. I hope you guys did enjoy. This was just some big sister advice. Like, if I was your big sister, here's all the advice I would give. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know if you want a part 2 to this video as well. And don't forget to follow my socials. I'll leave them all linked down below. I shall see you in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.